So many of you are still struggling with the stoichiometry chart. So I've come up with this foldable as a second option, and hopefully it narrows down how to complete these problems in a way that is less overwhelming than the chart. That is my goal here. Okay, so the foldable is very easy to put together. I've printed out most of the stuff that you're going to have to write on it anyway, so it is just a few steps and then we should be fine. So on the foldable, you want to make sure that you're looking at it so that the writing is going up and down correctly, left to right. So you're holding it so the paper is sideways and the writing is facing you. So then along the outer two lines here, you're going to make folds. You're going to fold the top layer in. So it looks like this. Fold this just halfway in. There you go. So towards the middle. And do the same thing on the other side. So this is what we have so far. Okay. Okay. Good. So if I unfold this here, I'm going to cut along the line to the fold. I'm going to cut from here to there to the fold. So if it's folded, I'm just going to cut the top layer. Okay. Just cut it to the fold. Good, so that you should have 4 folds there that are open on one side. And do the same thing on the other side. Cut along the top layer just to the fold. It may take a day or two for these to actually start laying flat. You can flip it over and make sure that the crease is nice. So just make sure that the crease is extra folded down like that. Okay. So we have, looks like this. If I open it, this is not the best angle, but if I open it here, the writing is sideways. So it goes like this. Okay. All right. So what we need to do now is we need to have some writing here on the flaps. So if you're looking at it and you open it up and the writing is this way, is what you want. So that the writing goes left to right, up and down. Okay, so on the left-hand side, you're going to put the given at the top. And on the right-hand side at the top, you're going to put desired. Something like that, given and desired. And then directly below given, on the first flap, you're going to put moles of A. I'm going to use a marker. You could use whatever you want. So, moles of A. And so A is always our given substance. It's a substance that we know. All right, and I'm just going to go down the line. I'm going to put mass of A, volume of A, and particles of A. Okay? Do the same thing on the other side. Instead of writing A, write B. So, under desired, under that first flap, I'm going to put moles B. Just like that. So if you wanted to, you could even change the color. So mass of B, volume B, and particles of B. Okay, so we have that all written on there so that it looks like this. Now up to this point we haven't talked about volume and particles yet. We're still on just moles and mass, moles and grams. So we're kind of ignoring the bottom half of this right now. We'll come back to this and add on to our knowledge of stoichiometry in a little bit. So right now we're just going to focus on the top half. I'm going to fold mine in half just so you can see it at the moment. Because I don't have a ton of room here in the frame. So you can use this to solve any problem that starts with moles of something or grams of something, and you want to find moles of something else or grams of something else. So all you have to do is focus on what you have and what you want. So let's say, for example, that I'm going to solve a problem that goes from moles of A to moles of B. So that, for example, let's say they give me, 3 moles of a substance, and I want to know how many moles of the second substance are going to be formed. If I open up these flaps to go from moles of A to moles of B, open them up, it tells me start with the given, which would be moles of substance A. And then to go to moles of substance B, all I have to do is use the mole ratio, the coefficients from the balanced equation. So to do that, I have to put moles of B over moles of A. And again, those numbers have to come from the equation. It tells you right there, coefficients from the balanced equation. So in the number spot, I would use the coefficients. And remember that substance B is what you want to find. Substance A is what you have. Okay, so that's moles A to moles B. So let's say they give me grams, and I want to go to moles of B. I would just open up mass of A, and again it says start with given, grams of A. I know that I need to use the molar mass of substance A, so I'm going to do 1 mole of substance A over grams of substance A. Those grams are going to come from the periodic table. That's the molar mass. Now if I'm going to moles of B, again, I use the mole ratio from the coefficients from the balanced equation. And then I know I'm done. Okay. What if I'm going from moles of A to grams of B? Okay, again, start with the given, moles of A. Go to the molar mass of B, so you just want to open that up. Okay, mole ratio, coefficients from the balanced equation, and then molar mass of substance B, and notice that this is flipped from the one before. Okay, so grams of B, mass from the periodic table, over 1 mole of B. Okay, so I only replace the number if it's a number sign or there is a line. If there's already a 1 there, it stays a 1. Remember that molar mass is grams per mole. It's the grams of 1 mole. How much mass is in 1 mole of this substance? So the molar mass is always with 1 mole. Okay, so those are the steps involved there. The bigger problems, the 3-step problems with grams of A to grams of B, you open those up. Okay, and again, start with the given, grams of A, convert that to moles of A using its molar mass. Use the molar ratio, coefficients from the balanced equation, and the molar mass of B to convert that to moles of B, grams of B. Okay, so it tells you exactly what to put where, and you only do these steps that are open when you're going from one to another. Okay, so hopefully this is, if you're still struggling with the chart, this is another avenue that you can use. This is another resource that is an option for you that is maybe a little bit easier to understand. Okay, so again, all you have to do is open the one that you're starting with, and then open the one on the other side that you're trying to find. And then you would follow those steps that are visible to you. Okay, so hopefully that is easier to follow, to understand.